Hey there, this is Tim Squires. Just trucking on down the road. Just thought I'd touch base with you today on some things that I've learned. I was reading a blog where this guy was talking about learn, do, teach as a formula for success. Learn, do, teach. And of course, the first is learn. You've got to know that you don't know it all. Do, you've got to do what you're learning. If you don't, it's great. Why learn it if you're not going to do it, right? It's like if you learn a lot, you can become a reservoir of knowledge. But if you don't do it, you're not putting that knowledge into any activity. Then how can you apply it? And then the last one is teach, which is passing it on. And the idea for that is to it's one way you cement it into your mind is by teaching other people to do what you've learned and to teach them how you've learned so that they can even expand the way that they learn. But my thought process today is with that in my mind is has to do with actually getting started with a learn. And I guess it's because this morning I've spent a great deal of time listening to audio, reading a book, and just studying the people who I'm trying to be like. Learning a little bit more about them and how to be more successful in my own self. And if you don't ever get started doing that, you can't do the rest of it. So my thought, I've talked to it before. The thought I'm thinking of today, I'm reaching for today is the consistency part of doing all three of these. We talk about learning, we can talk about doing, we can talk about teaching, but the learning part has got to be a daily thing. Think about it. Look at my goatee. You can see that I'm not a spring chicken. And so my issue is with myself is that I've gone through so many years of learning crap that I've got to unlearn it. It's like the story of the two cups. In order for me to get filled with the information that I need, I've got to empty out the garbage that I already have. The stuff that's not working. So what I want to just impress upon you is the need for daily learning, the daily picking up a book, the daily watching a video of somebody who is successful in the area that you want to be successful. It doesn't matter what area that is, but you're not going to learn if you don't follow by example, if you don't find a mentor, if you don't find somebody to follow. And then every day, as you're learning, you've got to do it. Put into practice, apply whatever it is that you're learning, and then turn around and teach it. And basically, that's probably why I'm doing all these videos. You see tons of videos coming out, not just from me, but from my friends. And because if you don't do it and you don't teach it, then the learning becomes this kind of like a cesspool. You've heard of this place in Israel. It's called the Dead Sea, right? And you know what the Dead Sea is? It's a little body of salt water that it has water. I don't believe it has any water coming in, but it definitely doesn't have any water going out. So it has no movement of the water. The water stays the same. And so therefore it's dead. It's stagnant. You can look and see any kind of a lake, a pond, or whatever that has no water movement, nothing coming in or going out. And just because it has water doesn't make it alive. So it's got to move. It's got to come. It's got to go. It's got to keep on moving. That's what you've got to learn. You got to do it. You got to teach, but you got to do it consistently. Because if you don't, then it doesn't do you any good. And it's like renewing your mind. There's a verse in the Bible that says that we have to renew our mind. And this is how you get to know God. You know, you renew your mind because you've got junk in your brain that doesn't match up with what the truth of who He is, and so you've got to renew it. You got to change it. You got to get some better information in there. And it's the same way with all other parts of life. If something isn't working for you, don't settle for it. Don't settle for it for not working. You got to realize, like I did several years ago. I remember just going to sleep many nights, closing my eyes, and just telling God, "Look, I know the issues between my ears, and you've got to show me how to change it." And He is. He's gone through this process of leading me into teaching. There's this old proverb that says, "When the student is ready, the teacher will appear." And I was ready, and so I've got teachers that are appearing, and that's why I'm passing it on to you, because it does me no good to hang on to myself. So that's what my thought for today is: learn, do, teach, but do it consistently. Don't just do it one time or once or twice a week. You've got to do it just about every day, as often as you can. Weekends, holidays, it don't matter. You've got to do it. You got to learn. Take some time out to renew your brain, to get it, to put some new stuff in there, to get rid of the old stinking thinking, and do it consistently. Just wanted to also mention there's a link down below. Click it, join my team, and let's just change this world for something better, okay? Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.